All right, Sunday night, Eagles at the 49ers. The line to open up. Eagles or 49ers minus 5.5 is up to 7. So who do you like in this game?
So this game's weird because it feels like a really bad overreaction to the 49ers crushing the Giants and the Eagles tying the Bengals. But like, I need to see the injury report for both teams because both teams are really badly banged up. Like the Eagles might be without their top 5 or 6 offensive linemen at this point. I have lost track. It's absolutely ridiculous. But then the 49ers may be starting Nick Mullens at quarterback again and maybe down 2 running backs, 3 defensive linemen, 2 cornerbacks. The list goes on. So there's just so many injuries in this game in general that makes me not really want to bet this until I see the injury report. If Nick Mullens is starting and the Eagles aren't as banged up as we think they are, I'll probably be on the Eagles because I just think this is way too many points to give to a Nick Mullens-led team without a lot of offensive weapons around him. But at the same time, the Eagles have played so poorly and they don't have any pass blocking up front. So if it comes out that like Jason Peters can't play and there are some other injuries in the receiving core, then I might be on the 49ers here. So I'm going to cop out and say I'm not betting this game right now, and I'm leaning the Eagles a little bit, but that could very easily change late in the week.
I like the Niners a lot. Obviously, the injury report is important, but based on what we saw, like how many players they gotten hurt against the Bengals, Jason Peters went down, which is just enormous. They're already down two linemen. I guess like basically one because they signed Peters in reaction to the Brandon Brooks injury. So if they're down Peters and one of their guards, it's still, I know the Niners are down multiple defensive linemen, but they still have some talent up front with Eric Armstead and Javon Kinlaw. So they should be able to get to Carson Wentz. And just Wentz is just playing so poorly right now. And I don't know what's happened to him. Like he used to be an MVP candidate and now he can't see the field. He's misreading a lot. His accuracy is not great. So I just think that Carson Wentz is going to have a lot of problems here. Especially if the Niners get some of their players back from injury, we'll see. That's why the injury report is so important. But we do know the Niners are going to get George Kittle back. And Deebo Samuel has a chance to play too. Even just getting George Kittle back, it's going to be a huge boon for the 49ers because the Eagles can't stop tight ends. And we're talking about like Logan Thomas, who had a great week 1. Like, how are they going to stop George Kittle? It just seems like too much of an advantage. The Niners, despite their injuries, they're still playing well. Like they're still very well coached by Kyle Shanahan. So I think they can beat the Eagles by more than a touchdown. The Eagles can't even beat the Bengals at home. Like, how are they going to contend with the 49ers? They couldn't beat the Redskins in week 1. Like, how are they going to beat the 49ers? So I think the 49ers win. This is going to be an ugly blowout. I apologize, Kenny, but maybe it's for the best. Maybe the Eagles get a great pick in the draft.
Yeah, I well may end up with you at this point. I just have to see what the injury report looks like. There's just something that doesn't sit well with me about betting a team with like 40 injuries on it, like the 49ers, but the Eagles might be that bad. So, oh man, I'm going to look hard into this. I'll probably tweet out my official pick later, but this is one of those sides of the week that I'm like, I don't think that I want to bet this game, but it might make sense for me to go against what I actually think.
Yeah, I get like the trepidation behind like not betting Nick Mullens at -7. I think 7 is okay though. Like if the Niners are favored by 13 or 14, like kind of like we saw Mason Rudolph, I think that line was 14.5 against the Dolphins on Monday night last year. Like you definitely don't bet Nick Mullens as a 14.5 point favorite, but I think 7 is fine. Just the Eagles are just so bad. Like. They lost or they didn't win against 2 bad teams who have a combined record of 1-4-1 right now, and then they get blown out by the Rams at home. Like that's the good team they played, and the Niners I think are just as good as the Rams right now. They obviously maybe a little bit worse with their injuries, but I think they're on the same level. They're very well coached, and I think they're just going to be ready to slaughter the Eagles.
My favorite part about this, though, and it just occurred to me, is how close the Eagles are to being first place in their division.
I know.
That division is so bad.
Well, you could say the same thing about the Giants, too. The Giants who lost, 36-9 against the 49ers at home. they're one game out of first place. So every team's still alive somehow.
It's insane.
I know.